Hello, hello. Papers are back. Paper one. I just wanted to give you guys a couple minutes of me to talk about my assessment of those and to try to help out. Um, the class average was about what it normally is from year to year, which is not great. Um, my my assessment, maybe relevant, maybe not relevant, is that Kansas Wesleyan does not require a GRE exam to get accepted into the program. One of the major components of the GRE is technical writing, business writing. So it's a challenge. It's tricky. Some of you did a whole lot better than others. The good news is we've seen this year to year to year. You will recover. You just have to work harder, and we'll get you there. We will help you. The first paper is worth 50 points. It's worth 50 points for a reason. That's not a ton of points, and you can recover from that. We do that on purpose so that we can learn. Next paper is worth more points, more to risk. Pointers, common mistakes. Requirements matter. All of them matter. So let's compare papers to other aspects of business. If I come to you as a customer and I want a 6-passenger vehicle for my family, and you give me a 2-seater coupe, that matters. If I come to you and I say I need a $300,000 insurance policy, and you bring me a $200,000 insurance policy, that matters. If I need software to be able to manage my payroll, and you bring me software that manages something else, that matters. So all the requirements matter, every single one of them. Are there lots of them? Yep, there are. They all matter. It's one thing to not understand the model or the components. It's another thing entirely to ignore basic requirements of the paper. Margins, line spacing, font sizes, the length of the paper, APA citations. That's all details that are requirements that should be easy to do if you're paying attention. And that's what we're looking for, is that you're paying attention to the requirements. So are we being mean by grading harshly for failure to follow basic paper requirements? That's kind of a rhetorical question. I don't believe that we are. I believe we're doing you a service in life. We got to get those requirements right. Many of you, not a problem, got them right. Some of you ignored the requirements. That's a problem for me. We got to do that. We got to know the requirements. We got to list them out. We got to make sure that we got them covered. Okay, next paper is on leaders. Next phase in the 10 core talents model. My caution for you is that your tendency will want to be to rewrite your first paper. Don't rewrite your first paper. We're in leaders now. We're talking about the dyad. Dyad is the 2 people. Now we're actually leading people. Several of you bled over from Odyssey into leaders in your first paper. And so you may be looking at some of those same concepts, and that's okay. Look at the rubric for the grading. It comes with the paper requirements. The rubric will tell you how we grade the paper. So when it says, here's your suggested topics, you better use the suggested topics. Components of the 10 core talents model. Better use all of them. And then you find in your leadership classics article citations, and you're tying it in to DISC, and you're tying it into how that relates to your life and your world. Good thesis, good outline. That's the plan. That's the plan and the plan, do, check, act cycle. PDCA your first paper. Only you can be honest with you. about that, and that is your Odyssey. PDCA it. What did I do? What did I not do? What were my results? Am I happy with my results? Am I not happy with my results? Where's the gap? What do I need to do different? Do something different if you did not do well on this first paper to adjust to the second paper. A plan is a big one. I will not read papers ahead of time. I will read outlines. I will read thesis statements, and I will provide you feedback. Same thing. Give me no more than 24 hours, and I'll help you. I'll respond. If you want to send me your paper, know that I'll read the first paragraph and I'll hit your thesis statement. That's what I'll look at. So I'm really trying to help you get a good solid outline. The outline doesn't need to be a pencil whipped deal. For some of you, it shows in your paper that the outline was kind of like, well, it's a requirement, so I'll do an outline, but it really didn't feed the paper all that much. Spend a lot of time working on your outline, and writing the paper is a whole lot easier. I'm a pretty decent writer from undergrad and graduate school. I'm pretty decent at it. It takes me about an hour to write these papers. Why? Because I spend many more hours on the outline, getting that just the way I want it, getting the citations in there, and I manipulate the outline to get it exactly where I want it. By the time it's time to write the paper, it's already written in my head, and it's bing bang and you're done. Editing, some of you need a lot of help with the English and the grammar and all that. You know what? There's no excuse for not doing that well. That doesn't mean you have to do it yourself. So write the paper, find someone to help you edit it. And that there's no shame in that. That's just the way it is. And it's fine. We expect that out of executives, that, hey, I need help with this, and here's the content of my paper, but I go find a resource to help you do the editing and get that right so it reads well. Okay, thanks a lot. See ya.